Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm excited today to talk to you about how a simple background can make the difference in a great painting. All right, so I want to discuss a few of my paintings and what I did to achieve a really good composition by using just a simple background. So this first one is of this stallion, this horse, and basically I chose to deaden the color. And I chose to use a very subtle, almost plain, regular background to really draw the subject out. With the heavy use of light and dark in the foreground, in the subject, you can see that there are prominent parts of it that pop. I actually use very big brushes and very subtle tones as it recedes into the background. In the foreground, you'll notice that the viewer is very drawn to the hair, the mane, right in the front, and then the nose and how the light hits it. By putting a light, subtle background against a darker object really makes it pop. It's a very subtle use of color, but it's very effective. So the emotion that I wanted to create here was one of strength and just one of endurance and just the powering through using strength and endurance. And I think I captured that here, but also kind of a quiet forbearance, kind of just a quality emotion of strength from this stallion. And hopefully I achieved that. In the second painting of this Longhorn, I used a little more color. As you could see in the previous painting, I deadened the color. I still did deaden the color of this painting, creating a more raw feel. When I think of Longhorns being from Texas, I think of them as orange and brown, and I wanted to really get a almost monochromatic look from this Longhorn. With all the texture that you see in the horns and in the hair in the front, as it recedes outward around the body, you'll notice very few brush strokes. And then as I get into the background, a subtle use of the colors of blue, yellow, and white, titanium white, that really then make that foreground pop. Again, the use of the reds in the nose and in the ears really make it come forward. And I used a palette knife a little bit to create more interest in the background. Whereas before, in the horse that you saw, I used more subtle strokes. But here you can see more of the brush strokes in the background. The emotion I'm trying to evoke here, again, is one of steadiness. And even with the use of color, it's not overly vibrant, but it's more calm and monotone and mellow. And I do in many of my paintings try and create a more mellow, a more calm type of look to the viewer. All right, so in this final image that I'm going to show of this owl, I really created a lot of detail, a lot of focus, especially right around the eyes of that owl. That owl is kind of looking up and looking forward, but there's no subtle use in the background whatsoever. It's just a plain white, light blue color. No subtlety whatsoever, no deviation in, showing distance or depth. But the depth is created because of what I'm doing in the foreground with the subject. The owl has lots of warm colors in it, even though also I deadened the colors in this owl, all except for the eyes. If you'll notice with that yellow-orange color that I used in the eyes, it really makes it pop. And again, the emotions I'm trying to evoke here are one of just solitary happiness. And anybody who looks at an owl like this is going to feel good. And so that was my focus with that painting. So in conclusion, having a more subtle or simple background is an effective way to make your subjects really come forward and to really evoke the emotion that you're trying to seek. I do enjoy doing detailed paintings, and I have paintings that are very detailed in the background. But again, I'm going kind of for a different thought and a different emotion there. Okay, so let me know if you think this is an effective approach and if you've done this, and let me know what you think of the paintings. Please let me know in the comments below.